Hey guys, we're back at it again, but today's gonna be a little bit different. We're only gonna dash from technically right now 2:15 till about 7:30. I wasn't able to come out for lunch and I can't stay out that late, so I'm trying to see how much I can make in that time. I'm gonna set a goal of 150, so hopefully we can get that done. Let's go. First order of the day here from Bonchon, showing $7 for 3 miles. It's a pretty decent order, I think, especially for it being 2 o'clock, 2:20. So technically it's right after lunch, so technically it should be kind of slow. So yeah, it's a good order to start the day with. So I'm pulling up to the Bonchon now. Hopefully it'll be ready soon. Bonchon is really slow sometimes, but it is only one item, so I think there's a pretty good chance the food's ready. So let's go. Picked up, it was ready. The lady said it's been ready for like 10 minutes, so that's kind of a red flag. Maybe someone undesigned it, maybe there's no dashers, I don't know. There is also this weird security issue going on in my area. Not DoorDash related at all, but they've been selling out like, you know, those massive texts, or like people on Reddit and like, you know, on the news really, saying that there is like a possible threat from ISIS in my area for Halloween in the next 72 hours. So even yesterday, today, and I guess tomorrow, it's this crazy police presence in every shopping center. I mean, you know, I mean, that's a good thing, right? Obviously, but I wonder if that's going to affect the way people order. Obviously, probably nothing happens because that's not good at all. But anyways, we're about 4 minutes away from the drop-off, so we'll see. Fix this. I don't know what's up with my camera. It keeps moving around a little bit. I think the magnet's a little loose in the back. Anyways, we dropped the order off, $7, not a problem. Then I got this order from Paisanos again. Not a huge fan of Paisanos, but I'm trying to maximize my time. So 2 orders back to back. Why not, right? Also showing $7. I think it's also showing 3 miles. It's only one item again, so you know, Paisanos for one item. I think it should be ready. But yeah, we're about 1 minute away. We weren't that far off from when we did the drop off. So hold on, let me back up a little bit here. All right. So we'll see you guys. And the drop food all picked up. The food was ready, and they weren't too happy with me. I guess they're not a big fan of DoorDash. Yet I don't know why they do it. Obviously, so I'm sure the higher ups, the owners that want to do DoorDash, but the people that actually work at the Paisanos here in my area do not like DoorDash one bit. Anyhow, we're about 3 minutes away here from the drop off. Hopefully we get something on top, but even if we don't, we were gonna make about $14 in about maybe like 15-20 minutes worth of work, so pretty good. It looks like it's gonna rain, so I'm kind of hoping that it does, because you know, more orders, right, in theory. Anyways, we'll see you guys for our next off the order here from Paisanos. It ended up being $8.50, so that was a pretty good order. Then I got this order here from the Madeline showing $9.25. I think it was showing 5 miles, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. I'm sorry, I already forgot, but I'm sure it's on the screen here for you guys. So it took us a few minutes, but you know, we have this order here. I'm still driving to the Madeline. It should be ready in theory in the next few minutes, but I'm hoping that it's already ready, you know, so hopefully we can get this knocked out fairly quick. But yeah, we're doing pretty good so far. You know, high cash flow order, so we can't complain. So hopefully that gets us to 150 sooner. Let's go. But funny enough, I went to the bathroom, and in the bathroom it always plays like French words, and they actually said the name of the restaurant. It's called Le Madeleine, but I can't say that normally, so I'm gonna call it Le Madeline or Le Madeline, whichever one comes to my brain first. But anyways, we got the food all picked up. I think the lady's gonna be kind of mad because she put on the notes, not for me, like the notes on the food, you know, that she wanted a fresh, hot baguette, you know, like the bread, and the one they gave me, I swear it is rock solid. Hey, but that's not my fault. So anyways, we're about 7 minutes away. Hopefully she's understanding and doesn't take it out on me or gives me a bad rating when it's not my fault, but you never know. So hopefully that doesn't happen, because that would totally suck. We'll see you guys. Dropped off the order, ended up being $10.75. I'm not understanding the base pay. I thought the base pay was supposed to be higher when it was like more than 4 miles. Maybe I could be wrong about that one, but the base pay was only $2.75, and I felt like I drove a long ways, but maybe that's just my perception. Who knows? Currently at $26.25, so that's awesome. We're not even an hour in yet. We started at 2:15 because you know, my dash was scheduled at 2:30, so you can only start 15 minutes prior to your time. So technically, we're doing really good. Hopefully we can sneak one more order in, but nothing but trash so far. So we'll see you guys in the next one. Santini's. It's we got an order here showing $6.25. I think it's 2.5 miles. So you know, pretty decent order, especially from 2 to 5. I'm really glad that I was able to get it before I passed Santini's, and by that I mean like I was going like parallel to it, you know. So if I would have kept on driving, I would have to do like a big U-turn later on. But luckily that wasn't the case. So we're able to pick this up. We're about 1 minute away from the restaurant. I'm hoping that it's ready. Even if it's not, you know, we'll wait a few minutes for it, no big deal. But yeah, currently 3:10 in the afternoon. So you got food all picked up. If it was ready, every single order today has been ready. So we're getting super lucky in that aspect. We're about 2 minutes from the drop off. If I'm really lucky and the lights help me out, I can actually probably squeeze this into the first hour, but I doubt it. It'll be super, super close. But I guess I'll let you guys know in a few. Order off ended up being just $6.25, and it was handed to me. And this customer was not. I was knocking on the door. I called them. You know, I had to put the timer. I was like, man, I'm gonna waste 5 minutes here. Then he finally called me back and said, hey man, just leave it at the door. Why couldn't you just put that as an option to begin with? You know what I'm saying? Like, anyways, maybe he doesn't know. Maybe he just sets it by default. I don't know. Anyhow, then I got this order from Founding Farmers, and it took me a while to accept it because it is Founding Farmers, and they're usually either really, really busy or they're really, really slow. But we're gonna go ahead and risk it for $9, 3 miles. I think if it was shown. It's only 2 items. I looked at them. They should theoretically be ready. It's a cheeseburger and I think some type of sauce on the side. So I'm not expecting really anything on top, but I'm expecting $9. You know, high cash flow. Anyways, we'll see you guys. All picked up, and it was funny when I was getting there. The manager was like, "Hey guys, we're gonna contact DoorDash. His food's been ready for like 12 minutes," and I was like, "Yep, DoorDash here, picking up for Beatrice." And they were like, oh, great, you're here. You know, it's been ready for like 12 minutes. And I was like, hey, they just gave me the food. I don't know. I mean, they just gave me the order. I don't know why it's been ready for so long. But anyways, we're about 2 minutes away from the drop-off. And we'll dropped off the order. It ended up being $11.50. And if I'm not mistaken, the base pay here is at $3.50. And it was only 3 miles. The base pay for the previous order that we did a couple orders ago for the Madeline was $2.75. And it was going way further. So now, is that because this order's been sitting there for a long time and nobody picked it up? So where is the logic in the base pay? That's what I'm trying to get at. Anyways, you can't really complain. I guess, you know, I got the money regardless, right? So $11.50 there. So not too bad. Now we're heading back towards the town center. Currently 3:40 in the afternoon. We're sitting at $44. So I think that's pretty good. I think that's probably the best 2 to 3 hour I've ever had, to be honest, at least that I can remember. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and keep this going. The goal is 150, so I guess we're almost a third of the way there. At first I was gonna make the goal 100, but then I figured that we would hit 100, you know, and if I wanted to make it the goal needs to be kind of hard but kind of attainable at the same time. So I think 150 was just the right number. But I'm thinking if the pace keeps up, we'll definitely hit it. If not, I know we'll definitely at least hit $100. But you know, we're gonna go ahead and see how it goes. Little update here. Currently 4:13. We haven't done an order since last checking in. I didn't get this order from McDonald's. I took it. I went to McDonald's. I got to the person. They were like, "Oh, we already made that order. We're not gonna make it again. You can do whatever you want." Literally what the manager said. I said, "Oh, okay. Just, you know, let's talk to support, whatever." Then I pull up the app to talk to support, and there's like 115 people in front of me. I said, "You know what? Forget it." I just unassigned it and left. And since then, I haven't done a single order. Not from lack of trying, though. I mean, I haven't gotten anything good. So it is what it is. Currently 4:13 in the afternoon. We're still sitting at $44. So hopefully we'll see you guys in a little bit. We have our next order here from Chick-fil-A. I rarely go to Chick-fil-A because they're really, really busy. You know, like every other Chick-fil-A out there. But I said, you know what? It's really, really slow. Let's go ahead and take this, showing 625, 3.7 miles, I think. So yeah, we got that picked up. So we're on our way there now. Be there in about 5 minutes. So we'll see you guys a little off. No, we're currently sitting at $50.25. So basically a third of the way there. 4:30. So we have about 3 hours left. So it's gonna be a tough challenge to get to 150, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna give it our all. But yeah, currently 4:30 and just making my way back to the town center, hoping we get something along the way. But so far, nothing but crickets. Looks like Total Wine has entered the chat, which is awesome for us, showing 1650, I think, or 16 something. I know that for a fact. 6 miles, almost 7, I think. But you can't argue with $16. You know, that's a nice cash flow order. It's only 3 items, so I'm about 2-3 minutes away from the Total Wine. So let's go. We got the order from Total Wine ready in the back seat. We only got 2 out of the 3 items because one of the items was a Budweiser Zero non-alcoholic beer. Non-alcoholic. So we went, or me and the guy from Total Wine, after I couldn't find it, I asked him to help me out, and he couldn't find it either. So I was thinking it was going to give me options because there's other non-alcoholic beer, but it just refunded it. It just, you know, it just said, hey, we're going to refund the customer, and then it didn't give me any of the options. So I called them, didn't answer. Left them a voicemail, so We'll see what happens when I get there in about 7 minutes. But yeah, currently 4:49, so we're gonna get there just shy of 5 p.m. Let's go. Just dropped off the last order here from Total Wine, and you know what's crazy and funny to me? It was going to that house that I told you guys I would never go back to again. Except this time, it wasn't the guy who ordered the Total Wine. It must have been the wife. So obviously the name was different. I only realized it as I'm pulling up to the house, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm back here in the serial killer's house. But she was super nice, complete opposite of her husband. So she must be unaware that he's a serial killer. Obviously, I'm just joking. These are just the vibes that he gave me. But anyways, we're back here at the Total Wine shopping center, and they gave me an order here from Noodles and Company, $6.25. I think it's like 3 miles. So we went ahead and snatched that up. I just parked, so I had to go pick it up. So you guys delivered the latest order here from Noodles and Company. It ended up being $7.25, so it puts us around $74 for the whole day. I'm pretty confident we can hit $100 by 7:30. However, I'm not super confident we can do $150. You know, we'll do what we can, so we'll see you guys on the next. I just realized that I never recorded when I originally got the offer, but we just dropped it off. It was showing $9.72, 3 miles from Chipotle on Grubhub. So yeah, that puts us at $83 for the whole day. So not bad, not bad. One step closer to $100. Currently 5:45 in the afternoon. We'll see you guys on the next. I just took this order, and this might be potentially the worst order that I've taken in a long time, because it's going 9.8 miles, but it's only promising $9.25. It's 9 items from Outback, and it's a bunch of like ribeyes, filet mignons, you know, all the expensive food, and it has those words like, you know, you need the catering bag, all that stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and risk it. Why not? Worst case scenario, I take a huge L, but I have a feeling that it's gonna pay out. I hope so, you know. Anyways, we're about 5 minutes away here from the Outback. Hopefully the food's ready also, because it's a big order. We'll see you guys at the drop. We got the food. We waited about 10 extra minutes. Totally okay. They were super packed. But the guy, I asked him honestly, I said, hey man, how long is it gonna be? He said, honestly, like 10 more minutes. I said, cool man, not a problem. Turned my car off, chilled on my phone. 10 minutes later, there he was. So he said, hey man, thanks for being understanding. I'm like, hey man, you do all the hard work. I'm just gonna take the food and drive it, you know? So we're about 10 minutes away still from the drop off. The order is huge. I'm still super nervous about it, to be honest, because I've never done that. Or I mean, I've done that before, but not recently, where I see an order that's less than the miles, but I still take it, and I still feel pretty good about it, you know? Because it was showing $9.25 for 9.8 miles, but it had those words at the bottom, you know, the catering bag and all that stuff. There was a lot of items, and they're expensive items. I couldn't see the subtotal, so we're gonna have to risk it. I mean, I feel, like I said, I feel good about it, so I don't want to jinx it, but I guess we'll find out in a little bit. Guys, we just dropped off the order, and to my surprise, it was just $9.25. So yeah, biggest L I've taken forever. Hey, but that's important to show too, right? It's not like I'm getting bangers left and right all the time. So yeah, that kind of sucks. Now we're 17 minutes away from reality. Currently 6:34. So by the time we get back to my area, it's gonna be like almost 7, and we're only sitting at like $92 or $93. So now my goal, I'm gonna try and salvage today now by hopefully making $100 by 7:30. But anyway, see, that goes to show that, you know, even me, which I would consider myself a pretty experienced dasher, you know, on the surface I have my suspicion, but at the same time, you know, I couldn't resist. You know, I mean, who orders like 6 filet mignons and tips $5? You know, hey, it is what it is, you know. But you know, it's one of those things that you just kind of learn from, you laugh, and then you move on. I'm not gonna be, you know, I'm not gonna hold a grudge against a customer or whatever. Now I know for sure if I see an order that the miles go more than what the dollars are showing, I'm just not gonna take it. I'm not gonna risk it, because that's what today was for. Today was the experiment. Anyways, guys, we'll see you in the next order. So my app was glitching, so I couldn't take a screenshot of the offer, but it was showing $6.25, less than a mile from Five Guys. And then Grubhub sent me their own Five Guys order, going in the same general direction. So we took both of them. I'm about to go to the first drop off, so we'll see you guys in a little bit. We got the first order delivered. It ended up being $7.25. One of those people that, you know, hand it to me, and then at the bottom leave it at my door. So you know what, not a problem. Man, today's been a tale of like 2 halves, you know. The very first half of my dash, I was like grinding, killing it, doing, you know, order after order. Then it just nosedived. And then I took a couple of ill-advised orders, if you will, which are my fault. And I'm mainly talking about just the one, you know, the one from Outback, you know, that tempted me, and you know, I fell into that temptation. But you know, overall, we're at least gonna hit $100 for sure, and then you know, then a little bit more, hopefully. I'm about 5 minutes away from this drop off, and then I think I'll have time to do one more order if I'm lucky. And if not, we're just gonna go ahead and call it a day. We're still able to make at least $100 here from 2:15 to 7:30. So I think overall I would call it a success and a learning experience for sure. You know, so one of those days. But yeah, let me go drop this off and then we'll get back with you guys. So we just dropped off the latest order, and it puts our grand total around 110 or just shy of it. So I'm gonna see if I can do one more order. And then yeah, if not, we'll go ahead and call it a day, but we'll see you guys in the next. I was prepared to call it a night. I got this double order here from Tropical Smoothie and Five Guys with a $14 payout, and I think the miles are like 6 or 7 miles. So we're gonna go ahead and take it, mainly because it's a high cash flow order and it's actually going in the general direction where I need to be. And to be honest, we're gonna end on a high note because, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit bummed out with what happened with Outback as I, you know, keep bringing it back up. But yeah, let me go get this picked up. We'll see you guys at the drop. Both orders picked up. So we're about 9 minutes away from the first drop off. It's looking promising though. I didn't even realize we have peak pay right now. So without the peak pay, I wouldn't have taken these orders because it would have been $12 for like 5-6 miles. I mean, maybe I would have taken it because I want to end on a good note per se, but I doubt it. Anyways, we'll see you guys at the drop. Dropped off the first order and then ended up being $10, right? And then 10 or 10.50. So the next one is showing a 7, so we already know that it's at least gonna be more than the 14 that was originally shown. So I'm about 4 minutes away from that drop off. We'll see you. Just did the second drop off, and man, we just finished our dash, and we were so close to hitting $130. If I'm not mistaken, I think we finished at like 129 with like 94 cents, which is really, really good, all things considered. Considering that after the Outback order, we were like at $90, and I was like, man, there's no way we're gonna do even $100 maybe. Possibly. But anyways, I'll put up my numbers just for you guys. Tomorrow we're gonna start bright and early. I'm not sure how long we're gonna dash for. It is Halloween, so we'll see. I'm gonna play it by ear, but I'm gonna at least dash till at least 6 o'clock, and then hopefully if it's still busy, we'll keep going. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Y'all be safe. Take care.